Grand Seiko is revered for its rich heritage and unwavering commitment to horological excellence. As we embark on this journey, we'll unravel the threads that weave Seiko into the fabric of watchmaking history. Widely celebrated in the global watch community, Seiko has earned its stripes by seamlessly blending traditional craftsmanship with cutting-edge technology. Renowned for their precision, durability, and innovative designs, Seiko watches have garnered a dedicated following of enthusiasts. So, join us as we explore 5 exceptional Seiko timepieces, delving not only into their technical marvels, but also into the communal admiration that has solidified Seiko's esteemed status. The first watch on the list is the winner of the 2021 GPHG Men's Watch Prize. It's the Grand Seiko SLGH005 White Birch. It also won the Red Dot Design Awards Best of the Best in 2022. So here's why it was able to dominate over all the other prize contenders. First, the case comes at a diameter of 40 mm, 47 mm lug to lug, and a thickness of 11.7 mm. It comes with a Zartsu polished stainless steel exterior and a see-through screw case back. Its bracelet is also made of the same material with a bandwidth of 22 mm and a 3-fold clasp with push-button release. This case, of course, houses the dial that this watch gets its name from. It features a mesmerizing silver texture that captures the dynamism of white birch with a smooth sweep of deep blue in the second hand. The hour and minute hands, as well as the indexes, feature incredibly complex geometry, lending to the overall legibility of the dial. And lastly, we have a date aperture replacing the 3-hour index. All of this beauty is covered by a box-shaped sapphire crystal with an anti-reflective coating on the inner surface. The white birch is also the first steel production model to utilize the 9SA5 caliber movement, the pinnacle of 9S caliber design, which boasts a groundbreaking dual impulse escapement and an 80-hour power reserve. All in all, a very well-rounded, breathtaking timepiece. The next watch is very similar in many ways to the first one. It's Grand Seiko's darling among watch collectors the world over, the SBG A211 Snowflake. It gets its name from its delicately decorated dial, but before we talk about the dial, we'll start with the case. It has a diameter of 41 mm, 49 mm lug to lug, and a thickness of 12.5 mm. This watch also comes with a Zartsu finish, but on a much harder material, which is high-intensity titanium. And just like the first watch, this one also has a see-through screw case back. As for the bracelet, it's made of the same material with a bandwidth of 20 mm in a 3-fold clasp with push-button release. The dial of the Snowflake, as the name suggests, is inspired by the snow-covered Hotaka Mountains. It closely resembles the dial of the white birch, as it shares every other design element except for the texture, which is more snow-like, as we said. We also have a power reserve indicator. Covering this dial is a dual-curved sapphire crystal with an anti-reflective coating on the inner surface. The Snowflake boasts a spring drive movement with a 9R65 caliber design, which has a 72-hour power reserve. This watch has to be the quintessential spring drive watch and a cult favorite. The third watch on our list, the Grand Seiko SLGT003 Kodo Constant Force Tourbillon, named after the Japanese word for heartbeat, is the most visually dramatic and technically impressive watch in Grand Seiko's repertoire. It is most known for its mechanism, which we'll talk about later. But for now, let's start with the case. It's a platinum 950 and brilliant hard titanium case with a diameter of 43.8 mm and a thickness of 12.9 mm. The strap looks like but isn't Stingray. It is 100% calfskin treated with urushi lacquer and has a platinum 950 3-fold clasp with push-button release. As for the dial, hardly anything you see on the face of the watch can be considered as such, save for the skeletonized hour and minute track at 12 o'clock. On it are incredibly well-finished, multifaceted hour markers. The time in hours and minutes are indicated by two hands of substantial thickness and finishing. There's also a power reserve display at 8 o'clock, but of course everything else is the full glory of the movement inside. This movement is a combination of a turbulent and a constant force mechanism as one unit in a single axis. Its in-house caliber is the 9ST1 with a power reserve of 72 hours. The Kodo is the first watch in history to make such a movement combination. That's why it has set the stage for an ongoing legacy of high complication masterpieces. Its name referring to how its movement features 10 beats per second, the SLG-C001 Tentograph is the first of its kind in 16 years. But we'll talk about the movement later. For now, let's check out the case. It's a titanium case with a diameter of 43.2 mm, 51.5 mm lug-to-lug, and a thickness of 15.3 mm. The bracelet matches the case material, which again is titanium, and has a 3-fold clasp with push-button release. As for the dial, it's a Tentograph dial that comes with an MTI weight pattern in a deep blue color. On this dial, we also have 3 recessed subdials, one at 9 o'clock for chronograph minutes, another at 6 o'clock for chronograph hours, and a final one at 3 o'clock for running seconds. There's also a date window at the 4:30 position. The hour and minute hands are brushed with polished edges as well as faceted hour markers. And to top it all off, most of these components are loomed for better visibility. Now let's talk about the long-awaited movement. It's a 9SC5 movement which, as we mentioned, features 10 beats per second. It has a 3-day power reserve and an automatic chronograph as a cherry on top. Grand Seiko is known for its somewhat restrained, conservative aesthetic, but the Tentograph shows they're more than capable of making a conventionally handsome sports watch. And lastly, as the final watch on the list, we have Grand Seiko SBGH255, an uncompromisingly serious dive watch. It is the biggest watch Grand Seiko produces, weighing in at a robust 46.9 mm in diameter, 50.8 mm lug-to-lug, and a thickness of 17 mm. It is made of high-intensity titanium with a Zarzo polish and designed to withstand pressures encountered in saturation diving down to a depth of 600 meters. Its dial is made of pure iron in order to protect the movement from the harmful effects of magnetism. The result is quite a unique look. It's gridded to resemble bubbles rising to the surface of water. It's black with Gelt outlined indices, silver hour and minute hands, and a Gelt seconds hand. The Grand Seiko logo is in silver and the dial printing is Gelt with a date window at 4 o'clock. The bracelet is also titanium with the same finish and a 3-fold clasp with a secure lock and push button release and a solid and slide adjuster. The beating heart of the SBGH255 is the high-beat 9S85 movement with a 55-hour power reserve. Overall, it's a highly incongruous yet masculine piece that demonstrates that exceptional finishes, top-grade movements, and extraordinary dials don't have to be reserved for only the surface. Grand Seiko's exquisite timepieces, from the award-winning white birch to the iconic snowflake, showcase a harmonious blend of craftsmanship and innovation. The Kodo and Tentograph introduce technical marvels, while the formidable dive watch exemplifies robust design. In each creation, precision and sophistication converge, establishing Grand Seiko as a paragon of excellence in the world of watchmaking. That is it for today's review. Help us out with a like and a comment, and subscribe for more detailed reviews of the latest luxury watches.